Welcome back at Kempers Watersport, this time from Vaasa, Finland. I'm so thrilled to be here, especially because we have the all-new Axopar 29 cross cabin right here. A great boat and a true adventure, especially on a day such as today. We're in the snow, it's below zero, great conditions, typical Axopar adventure. We were fortunate to take this beauty out on the nice Finnish waters in this area today. Unfortunately, is not a good day to take it out, but yesterday we were able to take it out on a spin. Actually quite a drive. We went to an island. I loved it. I'll tell you more about that. But again, the Axopar 29 cross cabin. And before we go on board, let me do a little bit of talking. The nice thing is that right here we have the Axopar 28 cabin Generation 1, the Mark 1, let's call it Mark 1. And right next to that is the Axopar 28 Mark 2. Still both great boats. Personally, we as a dealer, we started in 2015. We missed the first year, but I was thrilled about this, what I should say, game changer. This was a totally new concept and was a huge success right from the start. I loved it and I still do. We've been driving this 28 Mark 1 yesterday also and the Mark 2. I have personally owned two of those, one with the single 400, one with the twin 200 setup. Loved both of them and still do. So they're still great boats. But again, the 28 was a game changer. The Mark 1. Mark 2 was a matured boat, really good, really nice detailing. And now we have this one, which is the 29. And I think Axopar did a really great job in building this boat. I was actually surprised hearing that they were going to replace the 28 because I think it was already really good. But having been on this 29 for a day now, slightly over a day, I must say that they did a really good job. So thank you Axopar, job well done, mission accomplished. But let's talk a bit about the design. What you may see is that the freeboard has become slightly higher, which wasn't really necessary, but it does give the 29 a bolder look. If you see the boat from the bow coming towards you, it looks like a bigger boat, where actually it isn't bigger. It has exactly the same dimensions as the current 28 Mark II. Again, the hull is a bit higher, and what you can also see is this line here right at the bow, which is a design feature taken from the Axopar 22 and 25, which I think just makes the hull and the complete boat look really nice. Also, this inverted roof, that's the way Axopar explains it, is something that they carried on from the Mark II generation and something that I particularly like. What they have also done is that at the aft they have more or less elongated the hull. It's not longer, it's still the same size, but the boxes at the end are carried over the bathing platforms slightly further aft, so it's a more elongated hull, making the boat just look really great. You see the railings right there, leaning down a bit at the bow. I'm not sure whether that is actually going to be in the final production boat. There's still some discussion about that. There's many points on which Axopar and its dealers are still discussing, because this is a pre-production boat. It is a prototype. It's here to be tested, which we did yesterday thoroughly, and also to go through each and every detail with people who really know what they're selling, all the dealers. We are here in Finland with a selection of dealers going to the boat, through the boat. So let's get on board. So the bow area here is something that I think changed dramatically. It's a much wider bow. What they've actually done is that they have given the boat more or less a wider bow with some flare on the outside. It's been raised slightly, giving you just more area to be in. What I heard is that they actually took the U-sofa setup from the Axopar 22 and tried to fit it in the bow area. And I think they did a really good job there, because now you have this U-sofa possibility here. This box/area here actually is an option, what I heard. I personally think all customers will be ordering it like this, because this is just a great setup. You could sit here with your family. I mean, again, the seat bases are long. It just feels nice. It's beautiful conditions again today. But I can imagine being outside on a beautiful day, out at anchor with my family, with 1, 2, 3 maybe, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 people could sit here in the bow area, which is just a great setup. Not only that, you can actually lower this table so that you can have a sun lounge right here, and also lie down, and that is why this optional cushion has been put here, so that you can actually lie and enjoy the sunshine here, having a bit of a headrest right at the bow here. Of course there's cup holders. Well, I shouldn't say of course, because that is something I think also has improved from the Axopar 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cup holders, so plenty of place to store your drinks while on the way. Again, this can be lowered in the position that we're at right now, but as far as I heard and have seen, it can also be moved slightly back, so that it goes right here in this area. Let me stand up. So it moves a bit back, so that it more or less attaches to this cushion, and then you have like a big sofa sitting here with your feet on the table like this, and you have a nice setup similar to what you have on the Axopar 37. You may notice also that this box on the lower area here is open from this side, which I think is very practical. It's easy to quickly throw in your fenders and your mooring lines, and of course having easy access to them. Then again, on the other side you have these storage places which are easy accessible, easier than on the previous boat, because you see this opening just like this. You don't have to reach under the cushion like on the previous 28. And of course there's this area underneath this this bow locker actually, which has changed a bit. It's wider, thus there's more area. Even with a windlass fitted, there's still plenty of room down there. Let me close this off. There's room underneath here also. Again, I really like the way they open this. It makes it just a lot easier. And of course the cushions are elevated slightly on the edges here. You may notice the patterns also. That is because they will be building the first 100 Axopar 29s as an adventure edition. So what I've heard is that they're considering using these patterns. Again, this is a pre-production boat, So don't count on each and every detail being exactly the same as it is on this boat, because some things are still under discussion. And this right below this area here is a truly nice feature of the Axopar 29. This they call the multi-cabin, and this I think is a huge change in comparison to the 28. I'm pointing out this also because this gives you natural light in the cabin below. But let's just jump in. Let me open it up. Here we go. I won't really go in because of course there's lots of snow and there's fabric right here. We have some footage of these cushions not being in place. There's a actually a step going down. Thank you for helping me, Tom. Actually, there's a step right there which folds up. Let me try and show you anyway. Like this. Sorry about the boat being dirty, but again, it's a prototype which is being used. But it's a really nice solution. Again, there are steps on this side in order for you to go down. Let me quickly go in anyway. But this is a cabin, and usually I tend to lie down in order to show how big a cabin is. But with all this snow and dirty stuff, I don't think that's a good idea. But I just want to measure the length of the beds right here, which, as you can see, is 1.90 meters, which is actually a great accomplishment by the people from Axopar. So you don't even need the optional aft cabin anymore, perhaps, because you could already, if you're not too tall, you could already sleep here in this multi-cabin. They call it a multi-cabin also because you could use it also for storage. A nice detail, for example, is that they have these openings so that if you decide to stay here, you even have a place to access some stuff which you store underneath. It's the details that count, and I think the things that make Axopar differentiate itself from the competition. There's even a sink right here, a nice and practical solution. Store it away like this, and there's a head underneath. They are still changing this, so again, it's a prototype. Sorry about the tape and all, but the boat is being tested and used and evaluated, and the very first production boat will be shown in Düsseldorf 2024 January. So again, a really nice cabin. It's big enough, maybe not for me, I'm 1.92 meters, but I'd love to take my kids out on this 29 and even up to a week or so, because I think there's plenty of room. If you wouldn't use this for sleeping, you'd use it for storage, and then I do think it's a great solution. Okay. Love these seats also, by the way. I mean, still, they're very comfortable. It's a nice backrest, cup holders on both sides. So, really nicely done. Axopar. Also, I'm forgetting about these backrests. They are also new, but really nicely done again. They have taken the mast, I think, from the Axopar 37, which I think makes the boat look really, really nice. And being right here at the back, of course, we have the optional aft cabin again, with this nice sun lounge, a great place to sit. And also here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cup holders, so plenty of space, an angled backrest. So a great place again. Storage on the sides right here. These nice cushions, the cleat now being mounted here. Stainless steel, of course, with the Axopar logo engraved. Deck lights, white this time, which I particularly like. And also here, easy access by just opening these. Nice finish on the inside with fiberglass like this. Plenty of storage, more than under 28. There's 3 fenders in now, and there's still plenty of place. Hinges, which are protected and also made out of stainless steel. A small gasket, I would call it, to prevent water from entering. So again, lots of practical details. This area has more or less, well, basically stayed the same, even though the area is a bit smaller because this has been carried through further aft to make the boat look nicer and give you more storage possibilities like here. The shower now is here, making the boat look really clean and tidy, a feature that I always love on boats. They're looking at making something like an outdoor kitchen, I think on the port side, I'm not sure, but on the port side, a really nice feature, because that is something that people sometimes miss, especially when they order the aft cabin with the sofa here, the sun lounge I should say, and not the wet bar, which will still be an option. I also like the Axopar logo, a really nice gimmick. Another truly nice feature is this. This can be opened like this. This has been used before and is something that is also used on the Axopar 37 if you order the multi-storage. But now with this aft cabin, this has been done in this way, and I really like it. There's still ventilation if the lid is closed, but you could use the aft cabin also for storage, making it really easily accessible. And of course there's a safety feature also to it, that you can go in and out easily in certain circumstances. Let's go inside. One thing that I am forgetting a bit is the looks of the doors on the outside. Check the lines on the boat also, because they didn't simply make a new design. They looked at the lines, so look at the design on the outside of the cabin. I personally think that Axopar and the design team of Navia did a great job also there, because it just looks nice. The doors are now bigger. They are wider, so they open even wider than they already did. But also, again, the looks on the outside is something I really like. Of course, there's storage in the side pockets on both doors. And well, have a look around here in this cabin. Still a great place. Let me take off my hat in the meantime. It's nice and warm again. And this also shows that a boat such as this 29 cross cabin can be used in conditions like this. Again, we took it out yesterday. I think it was -8 or something. We took it out in this area, even onto the ocean, and it behaved like a dream. I really loved driving it. And we were in this boat a couple of times with, I think, up to 8 people or so, and it still worked out perfectly. But again, you're warm, you're protected, you're sheltered from the elements, like on a day such as today. That is a truly nice basic feature of any cabin boat from Axopar. A new layout on the dashboard. There's still some discussion about certain details. The new Simrad and the 6 displays. The VHF, of course, these are options. VHF being here, cup holders on both sides. Of course, these not only to heat up the cabin, but to use it to keep the front windshield clean. controls for trim tabs, controls for the bow thruster, options of course, and of course the steering wheel can be tilted up and down again. This is a twin 200 setup, so 2 ignition keys here, controls here. Again, this is a prototype. I must admit that I was the cause of the aft sofa not really surviving the last couple of days testing, which I personally think, well, I feel sorry about that, but they say, well, this is what the prototype is for. We were out driving and I took the speed down too late, and actually we damaged the aft sofa with 4 guys being in the aft. My fault, sorry again. Then again, the good thing is that this is the way to test it, because what you see is this material here, of course, is going to be replaced on the final production boat. What I've been told is that all the wood you see on the Axopar 29 now is going to be replaced by the same material that is used on the Axopar 45. Really nice seats. There's still some discussion on a Mediterrana version in the future, but this is what it will be like for 2024. Again, the first 100 boats as an adventure boat, which will be a certain setup with probably these patterns in the cushions, but also in cooperation with Joby, with probably different decking material. There's more to learn during the Düsseldorf boat show. A footrest right here, which is very practical. If I sit down here, again, I'm 1.92 m, but this for me is perfectly ergonomics. That is what I always look out for on new boats. But again, this is perfect. If I were to sit here, like I did yesterday, the steering wheel is on the right place, the controls are on the right place. Nicely done also now is that they made the remote, the remote main switch is right here. There's a small storage area here, probably for your mobile phone. There's another one down here. So they used all the space they could use in an optimum way. Again, I'm 1.92 m, standing up straight. I have big shoes on, probably adding 4 centimeters or so, but there's enough height for me being 1.92 m, and I think the height slightly increased. Not too much for the Netherlands. We have bridges, so it doesn't need to be too high, but I think they did just the right job. And of course, the aft cabin as an option again. Let me also use the measure tape here. What I like now is that this is on the same level, so if you would even be up to 2.10 meters or so, you could still use this. But already this is exactly 2 meters. And people wondering what the beam of it is, let me also do that at the same time while I'm at it. 1.55 meters right here. So a really nice big bed with a filler piece here. That is something that is used because if you want to get in and out here, you might want to take this out, making it more easy to put your legs here, stand up, etc., etc. Storage right here, also on the other side. There's ventilation which you can close and open in the aft. There's exhaust for the heating right here. Don't look at the carpeting, which is going to be changed still. So really nice detailing and really nice setup. I am more or less forgetting about these. Hang on, sorry. Of course, they used this again, like they did on the 28. Really deep refrigerator, and also here this sink where you can wash your hands or rinse some glasses, whatever you want to do. Usually this is the moment where I starting up the engine and take the boat out for a spin, but on a day such as today, in an area that I don't know, with very low visibility, with ice on the waters now. That is basically impossible, but what I can tell you is that I loved driving it. We were here with a group of dealers and a lot of people from Axopar driving it yesterday out on the open sea, and I loved driving it. We took the Mark 1, we took the Mark 2, we had this Axopar 29, and there was a boat guiding us, an aluminium boat, which helped us going through the ice, because there was even a couple of centimeters of ice in many cases. I would certainly not recommend anyone driving like we did yesterday. I really felt pain in my heart every now and then going through the ice, feeling that the boat was hitting the ice. But I have really been ensured that the boat didn't get damaged. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing that, but then again, it made me feel even more convinced that it's such a strong, well-built boat. So my compliments again to Axopar. So I think we have gone through all of it. Of course, I'm forgetting about the roof, which is basically the same as on the 28. It opens fully. We won't do that today. But a great boat, and now that I'm rounding up, I'm starting to think of things that I'm forgetting. Visibility is an important feature of the new 29. Of course, you have the same visibility right here. But if you look at the A pillars and the B pillars, the C pillars are lacking. So this is one big window. So you have even optimized visibility looking towards the back, sitting right here or driving. And I do think that is a really nice thing that Axopar did. Also there, mission accomplished. So I hope you liked watching this video. Thank you for watching in any case, and I hope to see you either in Düsseldorf or in our marina. I hope to be getting our very first Axopar 29 cross cabin very soon. There will be only a limited number in 2024, but please come and visit us and join us for a ride on the water in Aalsmeer. So warm regards from Vaasa, Finland. See you next time. Happy boating.